Welcome back to an episode of Vass Reacts. We got another video from Wave. Goofy characters that are insanely overpowered. Yes, it's always the goofy ones because you think they're goofy at times, but the whole time they hit you with the I'm just getting started. And plus some big ass heart busting devastating move. I'm gonna name three off the bat. I'm gonna name three characters off the bat. And I'm looking at the thumbnail. Yes, that's why I said I'm gonna name three characters off. But I'm not going to name three off the thumbnail, though, because he got Saki K, he got Spy, and he got Beast Boy. Kisuke Urahara. Strong motherfucker. Underrated motherfucker. You got Kisuke. You got Naruto at times. And it was somebody else that I was thinking of. And Issei, Kisuke, Naruto, and it was somebody else that came to mind, but I lost them. I lost that train of thought though. So let's get right into this video, man.
Now, when it comes to your casual lineup of different
Jesus, that's loud. Hold on. I don't know why my volume don't stay the same, bro, throughout all videos.
characters in TV shows, it's pretty diverse. You got your serious leaders, your tech specialists, the overpowered person who can solo the entire group, and your jokey, non-serious characters. But all of these people are mad important. They all add a different element to their respective teams and also bring the teams together. And as I've grown and consumed more shows, movies, and games, I've ultimately realized that when it comes to certain unserious characters, they are always the most dangerous people in any story. I'm not gonna lie. 99% of the time, the goofiest characters in anything have some of the most broken powers compared to everybody else. But the thing is, most of these men are dumb as hell and don't even know that they can do half the broken shit they think they can. Or people just overlook them because they're a joke. Or they're just lazy as hell. But if they activate on you, you'll be finished. I'm talking about they can have the ability to force you to get a job. No! That'll be my worst nightmare. I can never go back, fam. I hate that shit. I'm not gonna lie. But for real, most of the time in shows or movies we watch, the silliest or the goofiest characters have the potential, if they looked in, to be the most overpowered people in existence. And in this video, I'm gonna be discussing some unserious characters that could
Plastic Man.
So with that being said,
yeah, definitely Plastic Man. Now, I wouldn't say if we separating Toby from Obito, that's kind of a hard bargain, but if we put them together, oh yeah, definitely Toby.
Let's jump right in there, man. Starting with one of the greatest anime characters of all time, Kusuo Saiki from Saiki K. Now, Saiki by far is one of the most overpowered characters of all time. From birth, this guy was already doing the most.
And Gitoko from Gintama.
The guy was just born and was already speaking English. As a baby, he was levitating, walking through the air, and was out here running errands for his parents. And as he aged and got older, he got even more powerful. He gained multiple psychic powers like clairvoyance, telepathy, teleportation, pyrokinesis, telekinesis, x-ray vision, and many more. The guy basically has every power. But the shit he was doing with some of these powers is low-key mind-boggling. Like when he was a kid, he used mind control to change everybody's hair color to something else other than black so he would fit in, literally rewriting human biology. And he also used mind control again to give everybody regenerative powers so they could straight up self-heal, even using his powers to basically run his whole primary school and made a whole teacher bug out over a game of rock, paper, scissors. And I'm gonna be real, I would bug out as well if I lost 296 times. That's crazy. That's crash out worthy. But Saiki was even causing a bunch of unnatural phenomena like giving people the ability to knock out each other with one shot, or giving smaller people the strength to overpower bigger, stronger people. And there was no reason for him to be doing any of this. He just did it because he can. The guy is so broken, he has to wear 2 limits on his head, and even if they're taken out for 1 second and put right back in, the guy could probably destroy the world. It's mad. And there's even more stuff Saiki can do, but I just be here the whole video just listing away because in every other episode of Saiki K, he's always doing some overpowered shit. Saiki is so broken, it doesn't even make sense. But to be fair, it's from a comedy anime, so it's not meant to. But the guy can do anything and everything he puts his mind to. Literally, it's crazy. But with all these insane powers, stupid feats, and incredible possibilities Saiki can produce, the guy's powers made him bare nonchalant. The guy has no emotion. Bro constantly looks unfazed and has a deep hand face in 99% of the time. Looking like me when I see Arby's, that shit have me looking at it with disgust. I hate the way Arby's looks. And I'm from the UK, I've never had Arby's. But that doesn't matter because it looks raw. But his powers made him not.
I mean, Arby's is... It depends on the day. I mean, that curly fries do hit, though. The curly fries do be busting.
Really care about nothing because with his abilities, he has some drawbacks. Since he has all these powers and everything comes easy to him, he doesn't really need to try hard for nothing no more. So everything to him doesn't even matter, which just made the guy not care about nothing, making him generally look like he don't give a shit. But the irony of looking like you don't care somehow gets him the attention of everybody else in the show, with complete dumbasses like Nendo, Teruhashi, who the whole school was glazing for differently but was deep down a complete attention seeker, and our brother who's a complete gooner for his own sister. And this guy's a sicko, I swear. A flipping gang member, a guy who always slips and shows his bum crack, a guy who can see spirits, and his brother who's just low-key a hater because Saki was out here riding a whole motorcycle as a baby. But none of these characters can compare to the GOAT himself, Kaido. He literally looks like he's meant to be the MC and straight up parades around in the show saying he needs to defeat the Dark Reunion. And best believe every time something went wrong in the show, it was the Dark Reunion, man. I swear these men were evil. And all of these men submit to the powers of the nonchalant dreadhead and always want to be around Saiki. The thing is with Saiki is that he's not necessarily a silly or goofy character. He's probably the least silly person in his own show. But with him being at the center of everybody else who's goofy as hell, that also makes him just as goofy, since he's the person bringing all these people to him even though he doesn't mean to do it, which in most cases leads Saiki to being in complete dumbass situations to where he has to show his dumb, stupid, world-bending powers. Like when he erased and changed his friend's memories when his mom bailed out he's a psychic, or when he tried to get rid of Nendo's dad using a whole spirit bomb. What the hell is that about? Also, he does have some moments where he's slipping, like the times he has an obsession with coffee jelly, or when his limiter broke and he started tweaking like a madman. And I ain't gonna lie to you here, this was definitely the work of the Dark Reunion. Shit was mad. But Saiki is stupidly overpowered, even having abilities I've never heard of called psychometry, which lets him experience the senses of other people, basically letting him see or feel what they feel. Never heard of that shit in my entire life, I tell you. The guy even has superhuman feats like speed, being able to float, and super strength, which are still growing day by day. And when he was growing up, even admitted saying his mom was the only reason why he didn't go full supervillain and do a whole Andrew from Chronicle. Because if this guy became evil, he would have finessed the world by now, I'll be real. And going off topic here, Saiki K is one of the greatest comedy animes of all time. In fact, it's probably my #1. So if you haven't watched Saiki,
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I remember when I first saw that, I could not stop laughing. 10 out of 10 anime. Generational.
you need to go on that shit. I'm telling you, this show's fire. Now going on to my next character, we gotta talk about the Spot from the Spider-Verse movies. And hands up here, I'ma be real with you lot. I'm still thinking that they're gonna pull some plot armor bullshit to beat this man because he's too powerful. It's terrifying. There's no way in hell Miles can beat this man by himself without people like Cosmic Spider-Man pulling up. It doesn't make no sense. The Spot, after he absorbed all the power from the second super collapse.
Okay. First and foremost, my theory is the way how the Spot can travel through different dimensions and different timelines. I think this is going to be the way how we get Miles live action into the MCU. I don't think it's going to be no plot armor BS. I just think it's going to be some shit that we wouldn't even thought of. But I don't know. But yeah, all from a bagel, bro. All from a bagel.
That literally became a multiversal being. Even before that, he was probably a universal threat. The guy can tap into different universes. What type of bullshit is that? When I was watching Across the Spider-Verse in the cinema when it dropped, I was sitting in my chair really deep, and at the start of the movie, this guy's a complete joker. The Spot wasn't intimidating at all near the beginning. He just seemed like a regular bad guy with powers who could make pulls and shit. And the stuff this guy was doing with all his powers was just weak as hell, like trying to still catch from an ATM. But it wasn't until this guy recreated the collider in his room, glitching out in Gwen's simulation, when I realized this guy's a complete demon. And when he gained all the power and transformed, at that point I was thinking to myself, Miles gonna have to pull some bullshit to beat this guy, I swear down. The Spot with what we've seen in Across the Spider-Verse is gonna be near enough impossible to defeat unless they do some Mickey Mouse ending, like Miles apologizing and the power of friendship takes over, or they just get the biggest ass ever and bring one of the most broken versions of Spider-Man to come and smoke this guy. Either way, the more you think about it, Miles is cooked here. They're gonna make the most dumbest shit come across Miles and the Spot just to make the story work, because the Spot is too broken. Like if you compare him to the rest of the Spider Society, they have no chance against him. Most of the Spider people we've seen just ain't got anything that can match up to the Spot. We've seen a T-Rex, not happening. Spider-Bite, not even close. Miguel, he ain't touching it. And Miles, who's probably the strongest in the movie, isn't even close. When he started saying he's gonna take everything away from Miles, I was sitting saying this guy is finished. For a split second, when Miles gets a vision of what the Spot is gonna do in the future, the Spot can now turn his paws into whole black holes, dragging everything in and throwing it back in Mark 20. The guy's about to finesse everyone. And all of this started. His whole existence, his entire being came from a flipping bagel. And shit, no wonder the guy took it personally. The bagel dropped him. He went from being the jokey character into becoming one of the most overpowered villains a Spider-Man can go against. But the Spot also low-key had a reasonable crash out. When him and Miles were scrapping at the start of the movie and Miles dissed him, calling him a villain of the week, I'm not gonna lie to you, the guy had to activate here. When he heard that, he was forced to lock in and became the evil demon wormhole multiversal threat he is today. But the Spot was often taken as a joke and was seen as a bum from the beginning. But in less than an hour, he then became one of the most broken people of all time. The math ain't math in here. And I'm just mad curious to see in the third movie how the hell they're gonna beat him. Because I'm calling it right now, it's either the Spot and Miles come to some sort of agreement and stop fighting, or somebody 20 times more broken than the Spot comes in and absolutely mollywops him. Because I'm gonna be real, I can't see the Spot losing. Like, it's impossible. It's impossible. Now on to the next character. We have the special man from Teen Titans himself, Beast Boy. Because half the shit Beast Boy could do if he really locked in is kind of crazy. Now Beast Boy out of all the Teen Titans is the most unserious one out of them all. We all know this. Beast Boy tends to be the slacker, more chill and more like a teenager than the rest of them. I'm not gonna lie. Beast Boy is just mad lazy. But his powers are dope as hell. The guy can turn into any animal he wants, from cats and dogs all the way to prehistoric animals like dinosaurs. So he's got a full-on different lineup to choose from. But the thing about Beast Boy's powers is that he's not capped to just animals. He can turn into anything. Let me explain it. As much as Beast Boy's whole thing is to change into various different types of animals, the guy can also shift into a bunch of other shit, like mythical creatures like dragons, demons. He can turn into a single cell organism, a flipping phoenix. And by far the most OP transformation he's ever had is that he turned into a full-on alien conqueror. And when he did this in the comics, he lost control and turned the whole world into a bunch of animal-human hybrids. Black Adam turned into a werelion, Batman turned into a werewolf, and Harley Quinn turned into a bolo bunny. He also turned into a bunch of other random things like Godzilla and some lion dinosaur hybrid. Now I ain't really know if Beast Boy got a limit, but from what it looks like to me, the guy can change into anything. Beast Boy isn't capped to certain animals or people. He's just capped because he's unserious. It's just Beast Boy's imagination and jokester mentality that probably holds him back. When I say he can probably change into anything, who's to say he...
Yeah, because in Young Justice, he turned into that little alien shit in Young Justice, and it was fucking with his mind. But I know his mind was already being tampered and played with. But that, like, yeah, Beast Boy, if he really did lock in, Beast Boy can be unstoppable. But the only thing that's stopping him from locking in like that is him being too goofy. I know Young Justice, they tried to make him real serious and gave him that depression storyline. He was really depressed. But it kind of strayed away from his character, though.
can't change into other superheroes like Superman and gain their powers. I mean, if he can turn into a whole galactic starfish, anything is possible. If he woke up tomorrow and said, I want to be a Saiyan, he could probably become a Saiyan. If he said he wants to turn into a Viltrumite, the guy could probably turn into a Viltrumite. If he said he wants to turn into fine shit, he can turn into fine shit. Possibilities are endless with this guy. I'm not gonna lie, he's broken. Beast Boy's powers are insane, but it's just the fact that this guy doesn't think outside the box enough and doesn't necessarily adapt the full capabilities to his powers. Most of the time, Beast Boy only thinks of using what's right to use at the right moment, but never what could completely dominate the scene. Because let's be real, if Beast Boy was smart enough to use his powers to their fullest capabilities, the planet would be cooked. I'll be real, he would be doing some world-ending dumb shit. But I ain't gonna lie, if I had Beast Boy's powers, best believe I'm doing some dumb shit as well. It's cool as hell, man. And now onto my final character. And this person straight up is a destroyer. They can manipulate universes and had the power to bend reality to their will. He's probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest character of all time. And if this person grew a brain, they could end everything, fam. Without further...
Sheen. It's Sheen. Watch, it's Sheen.
I present to you Uncle Grandpa.
Oh!
Now, I don't care what anyone says.
Didn't
Uncle
think
Grandpa
about that
was
one.
a fire show. My Guy Pizza Steve, Mr. Gus, and Giant Realistic Flying Tiger. This show used to be sick. And it was pure brain rot before brain rot was even a thing now. And Uncle Grandpa has some of the most stupidest abilities of all time. He's heavily trained in martial arts. He can summon plot holes and get out whole entire episodes. He erased the rings around Saturn with a flipping razor. Has a belly bag with infinite space. A whole RV that's about 40 to 50
Did he just brush his fucking teeth with a razor? No, we not ready to ignore that.
Has a belly bag with infinite space. A whole RV that's about heavily trained in martial arts. He can summon plot holes and get out whole entire episodes. He erased the rings around Saturn with a flipping razor.
What the fuck?
Has a belly bag with infinite space. A whole RV that's about 40 to 50 vans. A cow that cleaned the entire universe and him resisting the cow. Meaning this guy basically survived the end of the universe. Can summon anything from thin air. He really whoops like it's another day and can summon multiple clones of himself. And this isn't even everything he's done. He's done bare shit. When it comes to cartoon characters with Toon Force in general, Uncle Grandpa might be up there as one of the most broken Toon Force users of all time. He consistently breaks the fourth wall and does some of the dumbest shit that if you compared it to the likes of SpongeBob and Looney Tunes, you'll be standing there looking confused as hell because half the stuff Uncle Grandpa does is outrageous. I knew this guy was some sort of broken demon because he always says good morning, then 5 seconds later some shit happens that destroys the universe. Uncle Grandpa is so busted that he shaved the moon with a flipping razor and proceeded to shave away the entire galaxy. He drove his truck through heaven and hell, and this one gotta be the craziest feat of all time. He literally is the author to his own show. The guy is different. He's writing everything that happens to himself and everybody else around him. Every other episode of Uncle Grandpa, this guy will be showing some new bullshit over and over again. When you think of busted Cartoon Network characters, you probably think of some people like Nicole from Gumball, Alien X from Ben 10, or even the Lich from Adventure Time. But this man is above all of them and then some. Uncle Grandpa literally erased his own universe with a flipping vacuum cleaner and survived the white void. I don't even know why he did this shit. Bro just pulled this out his bag for no reason. Even though Uncle Grandpa is a gag character and this is what they do, the things he did throughout his show just trumps a lot of what most gag characters be doing. The Uncle Grandpa power glaze got so out of hand, people are out here comparing him to Goku. But let's not be silly here. You can't compare a complete comedy character to an action protagonist, that makes no sense. But the fact that people put their names together is enough to know he's got some sort of broken powers. Uncle Grandpa with all these feats can only be defeated by the likes of the two legends themselves, Mordecai and Rigby, because their bullshit plot armor is probably enough to match up or even smoke this guy. Mordecai and Rigby always be surviving a lot of crap, it's mad. But Uncle Grandpa brings a whole new level to comedy characters. I mean, he had a crossover with Steven Universe, and the Crystal Gems were even worrying about this guy, saying he's a danger to the fabric of space itself. And these men are old ass rocks, so they be speaking facts. Uncle Grandpa is most likely the most busted person on Cartoon Network, and if you were to list everything this man did and was capable of, your brain will probably malfunction. It's too much, man, it's too much. And now we reached the end of the flick, and these were some goofy characters I could think of that were broken as hell. If you lot got any more I haven't mentioned, let me know in the comments so I can see some different people you might have. I appreciate you staying to the end. I love you guys. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
W video, W motherfucking video, man. He was right. I don't know. Why are they unsubscribing from him, bro? I was subscribed. Oh, it's probably on the other channel. Yeah, W video. He was right. Every character that he named is literally goofy but overpowered. Saki K, one of the most funniest shows. Y'all should watch that. It's on Netflix. It should still be on Netflix. Now, The Spot. Now, I think he's right. They're gonna ass pull some shit, but the Spider-Verse movies right now are 2 for 2. But I say the third movie gonna be a way for Miles to get inside the MCU. Watch what I say. If not, I'm just tripping. But Beast Boy turning into anything, I need to see a comic like that where he can, like, when he tests the full capabilities of his powers. And for Uncle Grandpa, we already know Uncle Grandpa with fucking reality busting. Like, that's nothing you can't deny. Anyway, we gonna wrap this video up, man. This was Vass. React, like, comment, subscribe, man. Make sure y'all original link to the video will be down in the description. Original link to the video will be down in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.